Alrighty, so it is time to ask the big question. Is it worth buying a pre-built gaming PC in 2024? Over the past few years, I've been noticing that the PC gaming world has been getting bigger and bigger, especially with console users actually switching over to this platform. And the reason why a lot of people are switching over to PC is because of the better graphics performance, the ability to customize your build however you want to, and also it's just a very multi-purpose tool. You can use this for more than just gaming. Sometimes you don't really know where to start, and you might not have experience building your own PC, and so your only other option is to get something like this, a pre-built. This specific model is the ASUS ROG STRI GA15, and this is one of the more moderate or medium level gaming PCs out there. And for that price range, you can get something that can play pretty much anything in 1440p, sometimes in 4K as well if you tone down some of the settings. And so I spent 2 weeks testing out this pre-built PC to see if it's any good and if it's worth the price. Now, just a quick run through of the specs. We have an AMD R7 5800X, which is the processor. We have 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM clocked at 3200 megahertz. We have an RTX 3080 in here from ASUS and a 1 terabyte M.2 SSD. So just based off those specs, it seems pretty promising. It's definitely not the highest or the best parts out there on the market, but it is more on the upper scale. Now, if you were to build a PC with those exact specs, you can definitely save a bit of money, probably for around $600–700. It really kind of varies because GPU prices are always up and down, but I feel like the price of this retail is not too bad for what it is. For the same price, you can get a lot of other pre-builds that have a newer generation RTX card in here, like a 4060 or a 4070. But the reason why I opted for something that has a 3080, which is a generation less, is because the 3080 is a more higher level card of its generation. And so the performance of the 3080 actually outperforms the newer generation base cards. We're taking a quick look inside the actual PC itself to see what kind of components they've used and how well it's been built. I gotta say the cable management is top notch, which is what you would expect with a pre-built. The motherboards that they use are the absolute bare minimum, the ones that have the lowest clock speeds, the cheapest materials. The RAM sticks that are in here are not even really branded with anything specific. They're just a green stick. There's no heatsink on it, there's no cooling on it. The SSD on here is also just a very basic looking chip. And that's kind of just the expectation that you have when getting a pre-built. They still can market it as, oh yes, we have 16 gigabytes of RAM. Yes, we have a so-and-so processor. But they're giving you the lowest end versions of those exact chips. Now, although they are using cheaper components, is it really that big of a deal? Not really. Now, after testing this PC for the past 2 weeks, I gotta say that I'm actually fairly impressed with how well it performs. On every game that I've played, I pretty much set it to 4K resolution on very high settings, and we were getting well over 100 FPS. Even with the newer titles, including Black Ops 6 Beta, I was able to put it on 4K Ultra and have a very playable FPS. What's really carrying the performance of this PC is just that RTX 3080. Everything else is a little bit subpar to say the least. But overall, if I were to rate this PC as a whole, from the performance, from the aesthetics, and just the overall price value, I would give it about an 8 out of 10. Personally, for me, the aesthetics of this PC is not the greatest. It's a very bland kind of look. Yes, it does have some RGB detailing up front here, some RGB on the inside. It doesn't really stand out too much. It doesn't scream at you like gamer PC kind of thing. One of my favorite things is that it has a handle on top of here, so you can just grab it and bring it on the go. I think anyone getting into the PC world and is looking for a pre-built, something around $1,000 range is a pretty fair price. Anything below that, you're gonna definitely see some performance drops, and anything above that, you'll see minor gains until you really spend like $2,000 to $3,000. Before around $1,000, you really can't go wrong with a quality pre-built gaming PC. So let's talk about the pros and cons of getting a pre-built PC. So the pros is obviously the convenience. You don't have to build a PC, you don't have to source different parts or do a lot of research, especially if you are new to the scene. Number two also kind of ties in with the whole convenience thing where everything is just ready to go. So inside this kit, you get the actual PC, it comes with a mouse, it comes with a keyboard, it has everything that you need. It even has a fresh install of Windows 11 on here, so you don't have to buy a license for that. And the third pro is that you can always upgrade your PC down the line. A lot of times with these pre-builds, they leave a lot of room for you to actually add components to it. So for example, it has 2 sticks of RAM in here, but you can put 4 total in here. So you can swap it out, you can upgrade your RAM, You can also easily upgrade your GPU if you want. So there's still a lot of room for improvement in here. So what you're buying is not just stuck the way it is. And now talking about the cons of getting a pre-built PC, the first one has to be the price. There's always going to be some sort of premium that you're going to be paying for a pre-built PC, and for very good reason. They already put all the parts in here, they already built it for you, the service, the logos, the accessories, even the warranties and whatnot. The manufacturer is going to select the parts for you, and they're most likely going to choose the ones that are going to save them some money. So you're not going to get the highest quality components. And the third con is that if you do plan on upgrading your pre-built PC by changing out components, maybe getting a different CPU and whatnot, you run the risk of voiding your manufacturer warranty and also risking your Microsoft Windows license key. The Windows activation key is pretty much tied to the system, and so if you start making changes, chances are that you might end up with a deactivated Windows. You'll get like a watermark saying, oh, activate Windows with your product key, and sometimes it might not even work. So who is the right person to buy a pre-built PC? If you're someone that is new to the scene, who doesn't know too much, getting a pre-built is not a bad option. But if you are someone who wants to tinker with it and change some parts and upgrade some parts, maybe do some overclocking and whatnot, then a pre-built might not really be up your alley. I gotta say that this PC has been quite a charm to use over the past 2 weeks testing it out, and honestly, the performance is pretty good for 2024. Hopefully this video can steer you in the right direction, whether or not you're in the market for a pre-built PC. And if you are interested in this specific model, I'll also leave a link in the description below to pick one up for yourself. With that being said, thank you for watching. Make sure to drop a like and a comment below. And if you are new to this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as turning on that notification bell to see when I upload. With that being said, I will see you in the next one. Peace.